Hi folks, my name is Percy Ved and we are here to discuss about the topic on changing role of HR in today's corporate context. Two of the greatest challenges that HR professionals face today is one, innovation, and two, leadership. This is a result of a survey conducted by several companies across several companies, and the CEOs were asked a simple question as to what are the two biggest challenges they foresee in the future, in the years ahead. The first one was creating an innovation culture within the organization, and the second point of the biggest challenge was creating a leadership environment wherein leadership talent develops within the organization. As HR professionals, our role will be centered around these two main points. That is, firstly, to create an innovation culture, and secondly, to develop an environment where leadership talent can be developed and can be nurtured. When we talk of retaining talent, two major points that come to mind is one, taking monthly reviews, and secondly, skip level meetings. Several organizations today have realized that yearly performance reviews are not in the interest of the organization, as many employees at the entry level do not have the patience to wait for 1 year to gauge their performance and have a review of the same. Hence, many HR teams have realized that it's important to have monthly or maybe quarterly review meetings wherein the boss and the subordinate sit together and see how they can appraise the performance of an employee over a period of 6 to 12 months, and maybe have taken average of these ratings at the end of the year, and when at the time of performance appraisal, and deciding on the compensation review of the employee. Second point is skip level meetings. Skip level meetings essentially means that maybe once in 2 months or 3 months, the employee sits with his boss's boss and has a frank discussion as to what are the challenges he faces and where does he see the organization and his career going forward. The next major challenge that we will face is increasing productivity. When we talk of increasing productivity, the first one is process innovation. Today, technology is available to us as professionals to bring about a lot of efficiency in the way we conduct our day-to-day tasks. Firstly, in recruitment, and secondly in performance management system. Now in recruitment, there are several softwares available in the market. For example, an interview master. What happens here is that instead of going to remote locations and conducting interviews, what could be done is that potential candidates could be sent a link over internet, right? And this link could essentially have the series of 5 to 6 general questions which are generally asked by the HR. So the HR round could be automated completely through the interview master. So once the candidate is in a remote location, accesses the link and opens it, he has 5 to 6 questions in front of him which are generally asked. What the candidate will do is that he'll be sitting in front of his laptop or PC with a webcam and a mic, and he will answer the 5 questions in the sequence. The software captures the candidate's facial expression, body language, and maybe captures the entire length of the interview for around 10 to 15 minutes. Post which the HR sitting at the head office or in another location can access this file and can get an understanding of the employee's body language and the state of mind during the interview. Even in performance management system, what can be done is that most companies today are using online tools, when instead of filling out forms, instead of using a lengthy process of filling up forms physically and then sitting with the employee and discussing his performance, the employee gets a link when he first fills up the form as per his expectations, and then his boss reviews it, post which they have a discussion, and then it ends there. And if the employee is not happy with the discussion, then the same link can also be sent to his boss's boss for review. This use of technology in these processes helps us removing a lot of delay, firstly, and secondly in bringing about efficiencies in the entire scheme of things. The last one is flatter organizations. Many organizations today have realized that having a vast hierarchy is a waste of time and only ends up in creating a lot of red tapeism and delay in decision making. HR can play a very important role in coming forth with initiatives to ensure that organizations, while they get flatter, the employees also must not feel that they are losing out on the seniority, and thus compensation and rewards and benefits have to be in sync with flatter organization structures, which we're going to see going ahead. The next point we're going to discuss is on leadership development. We need to understand one thing, that leadership development actually today has to happen across levels. Gone are the days when only the top management would go for leadership programs. Today, even entry-level employees expect that the company will invest, or the organization will invest in his or her development. And leadership development programs help in bringing about a change, or they act as a catalyst in enabling a creation of a performance-centric culture change across levels. An important point to keep in mind when understanding leadership development is leadership traits and characteristics required by professionals at different levels varies. For example, a manager at the floor shop or at the shop floor level will require very different skill sets as compared to maybe a manager at a mid level or a senior executive at a top level. Hence, it's very important to ensure that we customize leadership programs to suit the requirements of employees at that particular level. So, for example, let's say there's a company which has 3 levels: at a shop floor level, a mid management level, and a top management level. When the HR and the training team together decide to run leadership programs for their for employees at different levels, it's very important to first do a brief DNA to understand the main skill sets and traits required by employees at each level. For example, as I said, suppose it's a retail company and you are looking at managers at floor managers. So you need to sit with the operations head and understand what are the main qualities, or what are the main competencies that will be required by a floor manager. Understand those and then go and design a program around those competencies, so that the floor manager, when he goes through leadership program, understands and can apply the learnings at the workplace.